Jockeys, when they were riding towards the start, became concerned with the glare in the home straight, and we now have a home straight without fences. Both of those fences in the home straight have been removed. I think it was a safety concern, according to the stewards. So the jockeys were worried that not only that they couldn't see, that perhaps the horses may not be able to sight the jumps, those two fences in the home straight, as ideally as you'd like, and then it becomes a safety concern. So the decision has been made to remove those fences, and we're going to be two fences lighter for this year's Grand National Steeplechase. So Port Augusta will be following this Grand National Steeplechase. So for the viewers that obviously want to see the post-race interviews for whoever takes out this feature, we will get to them as soon as we can. We will have to show the race at Port Augusta following the Grand National Steeplechase. We'll get back to Matty Stewart very quickly for all the colour and interviews post-race as soon as we can. But we've got a huge delay here with we had to have an ambulance and a changeover there, which meant the initial delay. Then we had the sun glare. So there's the tips for Tim Edwards for the penultimate race at Port Augusta. He's with Winter Lady. But a fair bit going on, Matty Stewart, for this feature of the day. Never a dull moment in racing. We've lost the two fences in the home straight. Here's a market for the sixth at Port Augusta. Winter Lady just easing out a $3 favourite ahead of Spencer Golf and Unscopable. But plenty happening. In the meantime, more support for Social Element in the Grand National Steeplechase. $1.85 favourite. That initial avalanche of support for Inafa Hay has just started to ease up. He was $3.50 into $2.40, now back into $2.70. But Social Element going to run your favourite, Matty.
Yeah, it's interesting too, isn't it? Because, so effectively 4 less jumps because they'd go over them twice, and you would imagine, I think punters have probably jumped on and thinking Social Element probably the better horse on the flat than Inafa Hay. They're the two that have been the heavily supported. Let's head upstairs to Rick McIntosh. Amazing scenes here, Rick. What drama-filled action before the big one, the Grand National
Riding
Steeplechase.
High comes up and so does Mapping, and there's only 3 to move in now. Of course, last year we had one of the jumps removed in the home straight due to the really testing ground. We were on a heavy 10, but it was heavier than that by all agreements, and this time the stewards had to make the call. So we've gone from 16 jumps back to 12 for the 4,500 metres and virtually half of the track without a jump. But safety in jumps racing has been paramount in the last few years, and it's the reason why we've had safety's never been better. There's been a lot go into it. Today, no different. Here's the E-Cycle Solutions Grand National Steeplechase, 4,500 metres, and they jump 12. Social Element, the picket fencer, trying to add it to his CV. They're off and running now. Accounted for, missed the start slightly. Inafa Hay is back with Riding High, and Social Element leads them up and over the first. A magnificent sight it is as he leapt it by neck to San Remo. Flying Agent was up with them against his pattern, but he's dragged back now, and Inafa Hay went up on his outside to lob into the 1-1. Next in the race then was Mapping. He's over on the inside of Riding High and accounted for as a length and a half away at the end. So they've jumped the 2 on the stable side, and they're heading to the back of the course now, where a treble awaits. Social Element, who's won everything they've put him in, is the leader. The odds-on favourite leads the national field by only 3 parts to San Remo. Flying Agent tucked away, is going to get a beautiful run third inside of Inafa Hay ditto. 3 pairs back accounted for, worked up on the outside of Mapping. And the Australian chase winner is last of all, and that's Riding High, and he's a tad keen again today, a length and a half, 2 lengths back at the tail end of the field. Social Element it is that takes them down over the treble down the back. Leading it narrowly from San Remo, who's as tough as old boots himself, and he goes up to join the favourite. Flying Agent is third, and fourth is Inafa Hay. Over on the inside then was Mapping, followed by Accounted For, and still 2 lengths away. At the tail end of proceedings was Riding High. So having jumped those 3 up the back straight, they're about to swing around that top turn now, and there'll be 1 to jump there before they reach the home straight. It's San Remo now taking over from Social Element, who sits second the top weight. Little Tommy Ryan is saving on him for the moment. Third is Flying Agent, and Inafa Hay is stalking Social Element. They're 2 or 3 lengths to Mapping and Accounted For jumping together, and Riding High was the last one. So San Remo, it is that brings them down towards the turn. With a lap and a quarter to go, leading Social Element and the Briley winner. In third place, the local hero Flying Agent. Fourth is I Know for Hay. Then followed a length and a half, accounted for. Mappings on the inside and Riding Highs at the back. They swing the home straight. If you've just chimed in, there's no jumps in the home straight. They've been removed. And the leader is San Remo. He leads Social Element. Flying Agents wanting to pull over on the inside, running third, and I Know for Hay tucks in fourth. They've dropped the anchor out here. Next on the inside then was Mapping, followed by Accounted For, and Riding High is last of all, and he's tugging the bit as well. So they come down to greet the judge. A circuit to go in the E-Cycles Solutions iconic Grand National, and it's San Remo leading the favourite, the Chris winner, running second, Social Element, the jumper of the year. Flying Agent, the Briley winner, in third place. Fourth, the outside, I Know for Hay. Followed next in the race then by Mapping, who's on the inside. Accounted For is on his outside, and Riding High was the last one. They've got back to almost back to where they started from a lap ago, and a double coming up shortly. They haven't jumped for a long time, so let's hope they remember what to do. San Remo led Flying Agent, who's still wanting to get on with it. He now goes up to join San Remo. I don't reckon it's a bad option. Just let him stride. Social Element is on the outside. Third, I Know for Hay is fourth. Then 2 lengths to Mapping, 2 to Accounted For, and Riding High at the back. San Remo put in a sticky one there, but he landed on all fours. That's the main thing, and he holds out Flying Agent. Social Element goes for a little rest on the inside of I Know for Hay, who has not spent a penny yet. 3 lengths further back to Mapping, then Accounted For, and 3 to Riding High. I think they've picked it up a little bit. It was about time it was overdue. So the treble in the back straight now, and it's San Remo from Flying Agent. I Know for Hay third on the inside of Social Element, and the next pair Mapping and Accounted For, and Riding High at the end. Up and over the first of the treble, up the back. And Flying Agent has been bolting every step of the way. He's doing a great job, Darryl Hornery. Let him stride to the front now. There doesn't seem to be any stopping him. He's 4 lengths to San Remo. I Know for Hay jumped that one awkwardly, but he's going better than the favourite Social Element, I think. And they're about 4 lengths further back to Accounted For, Mapping, and Riding High. Flying Agent, he's feeling $1 million today. He's 2 lengths in front of I Know for Hay. Brothers Horners, they're going to have a battle royal in a moment. Social Element runs to third. Over what is the last now. Flying Agent and I Know for Hay. They've come away for an almighty fight. 4 lengths in front of Social Element. Riding High ran to fourth. I Know for Hay. He's been off the map in the betting. It's been the plan all year. He went past Flying Agent. There's no jumps left. Social Element's in third place. Riding High is fourth. Lee Horner's going to do it again. I Know for Hay leads around the home turn. He's clear from Flying Agent, Social Element, and Riding High, and it's all over the Grand National. I Know for Hay, get in the queue. 200 metres to go. 6, 8, 10 in front. It'll be a cricket pitch. This little pony who battled to win a 58 for a while is going to win the E-Cycle Solutions Grand National Chase in an absolute canter. It was a brilliant ride, and the horse didn't let him down. He beat Social Element by 6. Riding High might just get the photo for third over Accounted For. Then San Remo. Flying Agent was just feeling too good too early, and last in was Mapping. I Know for Hay number 4. What a thrilling training performance by Paul Prushka. He kept this horse out of racing earlier on in the season with a plan of the Grand National double. He ran in, the first problem was he ran into Will John, who put the stick up him again, but there was no Will John today, and Lee Horner gave him a beautiful ride, and he won in a canter. He's a 7-year-old by Rebel Raider from Susanna, raced by Paul Prushka, P. McFarlane, P. Durden and N. Saunders. I actually spoke to Paul during the week, and he said he was more nervous going into this race than he was with Surprise Baby in the Melbourne Cup, because he thought his horse was right. He just needed everything to go right. And when it's 4,500 metres and you're taking on a star like Social Element, all that's not guaranteed. But it was in the end. A brilliant performance by I Know for Hay. 4, 1, 3, 6 go in the frame. 4, 1, 3 and 6. Just waiting to be told here whether we're going to Port Augusta or and then to Stewie, or what the 4, 1, 3 and 6. 4, 1, 3 and 6. It's 8 lengths by 9, 5:21.42, which is it smashed the record, but of course there was a few less jumps. Let's get to the winning trainer. Let's hear about this emotion with Stewie.
Good on you, Rick, and a fantastic call. And the Prushka team are up and about. And Paul, this is something pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. You know, over the years I've always fancied the jumpers and these sort of races. So good to get the opportunity to be in it for a start, and then to get the job done is another thing again, isn't it?
And how good was he, mate? Honestly, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, it was a little bit of a concern when the 2 fences come out. I thought always wanted to peak him for today, and probably not been as wet as I'd like, and a few fences short was a little bit of concern because he's not a great horse on the flat, but like I said, I don't think there's much blood in him. It's all diesel. He's just a big V8 diesel, you know.
And I know this means a bit. I can see a bit of emotion here. You're not an emotional kind of guy normally, but this means a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was a big call sort of last year. We put the plan together, and you love getting it right, you know, so beautiful.
And you got the small team, and Holly, of course, who's just an absolute ripper, mate. You know, you're just a wonderful little organisation. You've got some great horses coming through.
Yeah.
And as you say, when you sit down, you plan something like this bloke too, because, no, come over here and have a chat to us, Lee. I know this is something pretty special for you too, mate, because you've had to fight back from injury, and to get a big feature like this today means something too, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. It's unreal. Bittersweet, like you sort of come on up at the 800, and I got me wife's horse there, and I had him covered, but it's still sort of, you know, it's a bit hard. You feel for him, but yeah, he won easy today. I have to thank Paul. When I got injured, obviously had to replace me, and then sort of had to fight to get back on, and really grateful for him to put me back on, like in the Grand National Hurdle, which is a big race, and always going to ride an A for Hay today over my wife's horse, just because Paul showed me that loyalty to put me back on. So yeah, it's been back-to-back wins. Has been good. We've missed BT Junior this year, unfortunately, through injury, so and a couple of other headline horses, but this horse is an up-and-coming horse. He relaxes good. He probably took it better than most, being behind the gates for so long there. He just stood there like a pony, and yeah, he's got Grand Annual written all over him, so I was sort of had me doubts because he hasn't had a jump to chase fence in a long time, but that's why Paul's the master and I'm just a job jockey. So
yeah, great training performance, wasn't it, really?
Oh, he's unreal. He tried so hard after the National Hurdle, like he was knackered, and he gave him a month between and got him right. It wasn't a testing track today. He could have gone another lap, to be honest, but yeah, I just love the horse from day one since I've scored him at Paul's over tyres, and I just think he's an you know, he bats above his average. You know, he's just a basic horse on the flat, and once he sees the jump, he comes alight. I reckon he would have loved 2 jumps in the straight there, but maybe next year we're going to have to put the races back an hour, because you literally can't see anything in the straight. So obviously everyone stayed up, so the right call was made. So yeah, that's something to look at next year.
I wanted to ask you too, the drama before the race, it was just something we've never seen before.
Yeah. So anyone that sort of knows jumping, well, shadows, when the sun's blinding down on a jump and the shadow's 4 feet, you know, you've got horses trying to take off there, and they can't all get over them, and so that's when sort of mistakes are made. You see it overseas a lot. They take fences out when the sun comes down. So yeah, it's definitely something to look at next year. You know, we didn't start till 1 o'clock, so we can maybe start at 12 o'clock, and it was starting to happen in the 120 chase, and obviously the sun comes down pretty fast. So yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a nice little drive back home tonight, mate. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, what a ripper. What a great story, and a great training performance too by Paulie Prushka. He's a beauty. And Mike Simons, the drama, all that before the race. What a day we have had here to finish the jumps racing season.
Take those obstacles out in the straight, it would have been nothing worse to finish the season with an incident. So despite the delay and everyone's phones running out of batteries, absolutely the right call was made, and you know, certainly Paul Prushka's had on A for Hay, absolutely cherry ripe for today's win. You can see a long way out that he was travelling better than Social Element. When they're about a mile from home, he went past Social Element. Social Element was just off the bit straight away. He stuck on gamely. That's just his flat ability coming to the fore. But back-to-back Grand National steeplechases for Lee Horner. He loves the track. It was telling that he decided to go with I Know for Hay compared to Flying Agent. Made the right call yet again, so congratulations to Lee, to Paul Prushka and all the connections on a phenomenal win and a great culmination to a terrific season of jumping here in Victoria.
Yeah, and the money trail was absolutely spot on there in that final event, wasn't it? Really crunched in the market. And, yeah, just a wonderful training performance. Mike, what a season it's been for the Jumps Racing Association. They would be absolutely wrapped, and the culmination today, Kieran Maher training the first 5 winners, and David Eustace, of course. You know, Willie McCarthy, there's been plenty of stories. And, of course, I Know for Hay for Paulie Prushka wins the final Jumps Racing race of the season. Mike, it's just been absolutely unbelievable.
It has been, and I'm sure Sandy and everyone involved with the AJRO would be looking forward to next season with lots of anticipation. I'm suspecting there's going to be some announcements regarding prize money injections into some of the feature races, which will be part of the planning for next season. So onwards and upwards for Jumps Racing in Victoria.
And Mike, we must thank you too for your efforts. It's been absolutely sensational, your input and your knowledge of the Jumps Racing horses, and the fraternity has certainly been sensational, mate. So we thank you once again for being part of the coverage this afternoon.
Thanks very much, Stewie, and safe travels, mate. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, great stuff, Mike Simons. What a ripper. And we are going to have a look now at the replay of race number 6 from Port Augusta.